let's build a physics learning tool. I'm online with Matt, my teammate and co-founder, and we just hopped off a call. We figured out what we want to work on today. I also have user testing footage to take a look at because we're having users go through our application. And yeah, let's go. I'm going to share my screen and let's actually build something great together. So the heuristic I like to employ when building an application is the Naval-Ravikant, which is learn to build, learn to sell, build and sell. So today I'm going to try to focus on both of those. And I'm going to start off today with building, and then towards the end I'm going to do selling. So one of the things I started was posting on TikTok more. Posting on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Also, in a way, I'm also inadvertently, since I'm doing this on the Substack, I guess it's a Substack podcast, I'm also indirectly plugging my app via this way as well. So I know it's I kind of felt uncomfortable saying that, but you know what? It's a free market, it's free capitalism, bro. Like, screw it. This is what it's about. So, and I'm not going to pretend like I know everything, by the way. I've basically only had brief moments in my life where I've sold things, like I've sold Pokemon cards during the pandemic, as well as flipped furniture. That was like the extent to my selling journey. I've always wanted to sell on the internet. So let's see if we can build, baby. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Timing. So these are timing data. I'll go into this. We'll go into this eventually, but anyways. So let's go into user testing. So we have from Kashish Jain, watch and fix issues that the students are going through. I'm also going to message my team real quick as well. Another thing we took inspiration from Elon Musk is constantly attacking the bottlenecks. So these are the bottlenecks my teammates have, and I have identified. And my teammate, they're kind of, one of them is taking the week off. The other, actually, I actually have four total teammates, including myself. Two of them are taking the week off. One of them is getting engaged. Another one is just like taking a break. We've been going hard literally for the last 10, 11 months, working 60 to 80-hour weeks. So yeah, I'm a single dude. I'm a single 25-year-old male, nothing else to do. So I'm not taking the week off, but I think I might in late September to attend a wedding in India. So yeah. Anyways, okay. Completing it at 2. So users, dude, my nose is so itchy for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because of my beard. I need to shave it. Bleeding into users can seamlessly continue. Hey guys, happy Monday. Matt and I just hopped off a call. We are excited to drive hard to the paint today. We identified bottlenecks that we're going to be attacking. The biggest one is users going through fully end-to-end so that we can have a sense of the application efficacy. Adrian, Jennifer, and Frank are on target to hit that this week. Okay, cool. So that should be all set. So now we have to just deliver on these things. So I'm trying to figure out what to do right now, and I think it's going to be a mix of just like fixing these issues. So let's start there actually. So I've started a local server, and okay, yep. So there's a few easy things I'm going to knock off the plate real quick. Interesting. Let's actually post. What? Oops. The Crush AP mission is about giving students their autonomy back. No more listening to a teacher drone on for an hour at a time with sparing ability to ask questions. Students learn on their own pace autonomously and have the ability to ask questions to a AI chatbot at any part of the learning journey. Without necessarily, I remember learning AP Physics 1, and I asked my teacher 3 questions in a row. By the third question, I could visibly see annoyance in his face. Damn. It's actually kind of fire. Why crush AP Physics over normal ChatGPT? It's because we've curated exactly what you need to learn and become experts on the AP Physics 1 course. And no, the chatbot does not give away the answer. Similar to how Claude does not. There's no. We're not claiming to be. All right, so basically what's going on is I'm selling already. I just couldn't help myself. I'm gonna put this in drafts for now. We'll revisit that later. Let's see what this guy cooked up here. Oh, it's still cooking. Jesus Christ, right here. All right. Another one is continuing development on Unit 2 so that our users will have no stoppage in their flow. Be able to seamlessly continue after finishing Unit 1. Let's go. Let's pop off. Pop off, Queen. Okay. Cool. I'd like to test this out, and you'll see a user on prod called Kashish Sethi. Can you copy their information uh, perfectly onto a new user on my local branch, Kanishk, so that I can go and then I can see and test out the workings of this. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions. Success looks like that fully copied over, and then you giving me the username and password for that user. All right, perfect. By the way, Whisperflow goes hard. I'm not even sponsored by these guys, but Whisperflow goes really hard. Just clean. make money. All right. I probably shouldn't be on this right now because I am being recorded by my company as well. Oh, oh. How do I? Yep. So I should have said this earlier, but if you want to skip ahead to the action, feel free. A lot of vibe coding is about waiting for these agents, especially when they're on ultra high thinking mode, to do their thing. I guess one thing I will say is I really love Codex over Claude right now because I think I just trust GPT 5.5 more than Opus 4.8. Though when Fable came out like 2 weeks ago, I think it was the opposite for me. Fable went hard, but fortunately, the U.S. government had to shut that down. So it is what it is. Okay. All right. All right, boys. One question I had is, are doctors entrepreneurs? Like, is entrepreneurship required for doctors and hospitals and practices to create themselves? Interesting. On a related note, or on a not related note, it seems like society is so advanced and not everybody has to be an entrepreneur. Like maybe in the past, people had to. You need to have the butcher, the farmer, the artisan, or whatever, the bread, like the baker, whatever, the barber, the doctor. But and everyone was like operating solo. Maybe even hunter gatherer times. Everybody was a sole hunter and contributed to a tribe. But man, okay, sorry. Let's revisit that. Okay, this is what I see. Is this like correct? So like if somebody, so if it says review waiting and somebody clicks on it, it seemed to have opened it in mode view. Ah, I see what you're saying. But here's the issue here. Let's say like a user sees review waiting and they click on it and then they do it. Shouldn't that like give them like a checkpoint or something like that? Shouldn't that give them like a checkpoint in their work? Like right now, are you saying that like what if somebody goes through it and they're like, wait, that didn't do anything? Like maybe we take a step back here. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Like, what do you think is better user experience? All right, so vibe coding is baby. All right, I'm a bit hungry, so I'm gonna go and grab something to eat real quick. I don't like having the Substack in my background. Okay. All right, cool. Be right back. Look, America goes hard because we have ACs, but we also have ACs, so I have to wear a puffer jacket uh, at work in Austin, Texas. Okay, pistachios, they are hard. See, one thing about AI is it just doesn't understand human nature that well, so it can't really create applications well in that regard. The human touch needs to still be required in this day and age. Maybe with Fable, it's different. Okay, what's the difference between like completed versus review waiting? When does it show completed versus review waiting? Wait, what about the simplification? What if in my current state right now, which I'm in the middle of the lesson, all the other lessons said completed? Isn't that simpler? And even though I'm in the middle of this calculate velocity one, shouldn't it say continue instead of up next? Or like resume up instead of up next? No, no. I think I might have been unclear, so I'm sorry about that. Actually, you know what? Let's. How about this simplification? Users should only be able to like see and like be encouraged to do one thing at a time. So even if we change it from review waiting to review queued, somebody like a user will still see that difference between completed and be like, I probably should click on that. How about this? The only two states are like review waiting and completed, or and also like in progress. Okay, how about this? How about this? It's there's only two states. It's either completed or an action state, and that action state is either review, do, or resume. Or I guess if they're just starting a lesson, it would be up next. How does that sound? Man, yeah, these AIs, dude, they're even in June 2026 with the latest model on extra high thinking, the state of the current AI models still requires a human in the loop to really create a good user experience. And I think the fundamental reason is it just doesn't understand human nature. It doesn't really understand uh, that well. So perhaps a Fable or the next model will fix this, but at this current age, it's just not it. And furthermore, we need to make sure that like if you're in view mode and you're doing lessons, like it doesn't affect anything, right? I'm gonna do slash goal. Ah, crap. Copy. That's a good part about whisper flow is if you somehow lose the um, if you lose your message, you can go back to the app and make sure to snack it. All right, let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go, bitches. All right, chat. Another insight is that building a product takes time. You need patience, impatience with actions, but patience with results. So, what this looks like is what we're doing right now, which is constant honing and honing and honing of the application, talking with users, fixing it, trying not to get fired or like run out of runway, and eventually have the you will build something great. It just takes time. So let's see, baby. Let's see what we can do. It's a fucking all right. My boy, my boy, my boy. Why is it taking so long, bro? Let's go to dark mode, bro. What am I doing on light mode right now? Shit. There we go. Better on the eyes. Dark mode is better on the eyes. I love the Dracula theme. I really love the Dracula UI theme. Something about it just goes hard. It's like dark purple and stuff. So I'm using a Codex desktop app. Do you have the ability to just do that for me somehow? Why is computer use intentionally blocked from controlling the Codex app itself? Like I can, is there something I can do to reduce that? To actually, actually hold up. Just yeah, try changing it from the disk. I see that you were onto something there. My bad for stopping you. I should not have been on ultra thinking mode for this. Something so small, dude. Okay. Yeah, like need a ship, dude. It's way too long without one thing shipped. Also, dude, one thing I worked on this weekend was improving our animation. Interesting. That's another bug. Bug fix. The bedrock of all civilization is violence, and the operation system for successful civilizations on top of that is capitalism. Hardware. Sorry, I'm also like tweeting. I mean, posting a note on Substack. Insight that just came to me. Okay, let's see if we got this Dracula theme, dude. I'm context switching like crazy, dude. This is actually not good. But anyways, let's like send this tweet first. All right, close this. I want to see if Dracula theme will be back, baby. I want Dracula theme. Oh shit, let's go. We're on Dracula theme, baby. All right, keep going. Man, the aesthetic of the Codex app is just on another level now, especially when now they have the Dracula theme enabled. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful software. How much RAM am I using right now? I feel like I'm going hard to the paint. Man, it would be nice to have a podcasting mic. I think I'd go hard. I'd be able to be like, oh shit, what's up, though? Whoa. So, as a team, we also like to make sure we're doing really good documentation. So, oh yeah, one thing I want to take a look at is our crush heavy gorilla again. Anyways, buggy behavior with space repetition logic and app continue logic. If you click on the lesson via the drop down menu, it sometimes doesn't go to it. And further, like just like the naming conventions of the review system makes it confusing. It makes you feel like you have to do a review now, even though like you're basically on a lesson. Not bad. $2.3 billion company. Okay. Cool. Made the fix. Cool. Great work. Here's a related bug. Oh, interesting. Never mind. I don't know if I have that anymore. Let's see. Let's see where we're at. Where's the initial position? What is the initial position? The initial position is 12, like 6 meters. It's final position. 10, 13 meters. It's velocity 12, 6 meters. Great job. Continue. Damn, it's looking clean right now. Great work. It's clean. Let's commit and push this work. All right. So much distracting things in life, bro. Like the fact that the Celtics are about to get Giannis or could get Giannis is crazy. All right, I'm still remembering. It's not this. It's good. Not that. It's about the experience of time. They should also have the full confidence that whatever they're learning will be relevant for their exam. No sidetrack stories. Still working on that tweet. Something's just not hitting for me there. All right. Nice. this on staging. Boom, 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 boom. All right, baby. We're on staging. So, one question I have is, where's that shit? Skip securing my account, even though I'm live streaming this, so I'm definitely gonna get hacked, but whatever. What the hell? Interesting. How are we on both Vercel and Supabase? Make sure you understand. Thanks for that. Okay, next push right now is we just fix something in the app. Let's get this on prod. Bucket. Just make sure there's nothing broken in here. Our staging website. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, looks like we're chilling. All right. Nice. All right, we're on prod, baby. Okay, so now I'm more confident that the application is actually better. What we just did was we worked on a bug that a user highlighted, particularly my sister, and now we have a bunch of other user feedback to go through. So why don't we take a look and understand how things are going? So I'm actually going to now take some time to okay. Okay, let's actually work on the timing thing. I'm trying to build the best physics learning tool of all time, but I'm livid because the code base is not close to my standards. Can you take a look and understand the nature of the code base and understand how it works? Oh, what? Interesting, bro. It's not even that much context switching. Sorry, something else in my mind. Okay, let's go through another feature right now. So this feature is going to be for improving the timing data in my application. So currently I'm building a physics learning tool application, and each lesson, we'd like to know how long a student usually takes through it. And right now, all we do is we take the start time, we take the end time, and then we subtract them. However, this has obvious issues, like what if you take like a bathroom break, or you get tired and you want to continue the next day, the timing data is going to get skewed heavily. So how do you prevent that? And I remember using an app, a related physics tool app, which I'm not going to name. They don't have this issue. It seems like their timing data is like perfect, even if you take breaks. So I think there's a way for the browser to check whether you're locked in, whether you're not. So I'm going to chat with Clodex right now on 5.5 extra high thinking and see if we can solve this issue. So let's also use WhisperFlow, which is one of my favorite ways to code right now. You literally just have to chat. It's probably the best speech to text interface out there right now. So let's go. Hey, what's up? I'm trying to build the best physics learning tool of all time, but I'm livid because the code base is not close to my high standards. Can you take a step back and understand how the code base works, and then also understand one thing in particular, that I like to track timing data for my lessons? Can you see, and first of all, make sure that understand that there's two parts of my application. There's like the main app lessons, and there's also a sandbox environment. This technically should only be on the main app environment, but can you take a look and see like if we're tracking any data on sandbox? And if so, I just hope that's not convoluting anything. So like that's one area of investigation. Basically, I want you to be proactive, and if you notice any issues here in our approach, please highlight them to me. But anyways, this is for our main app. And one thing I realized is we like to track data. We like to track timing data per lesson. And I think the way we're currently doing it, correct me if I'm wrong again, is we take the start time and we take the lesson end time and we just subtract it, which I don't know is good, because sometimes a user might take a break, or they might come back after a certain time, which skews the lesson. I do know it's possible to actually track locked in time during an application via browser tools and some savvier techniques. So can you help me improve my timing process in my application? Let's first of all take a step back and then propose an idea for me, and if I like it, then we can implement it. So let's go. Interesting. Okay. This is what I also like about WhisperFlow. Even though it kind of messes up sometimes, it never like loses your transcript. If you ever lose it, you can go back to the app and just snag it again. And it's a great tool. And the onboarding experience was another thing, cherry on top. It was a great onboarding experience with WhisperFlow. Okay, cool. Again, I'm not sponsored. I just love it. Just love it a lot. All right. Okay. All right. So what I'm thinking right now is I'm probably going to work on this feature end to end, get it onto main, and then I might send a tweet or two so I can show you guys the process of selling. Obviously, I'm still learning, but I think you need to both build and sell in order to find success with entrepreneurship. So yeah, and then after that, I might end it there for the day. So let's go. Oh shit, I messed up here. Got it. So let's say I go with your recommendation. I have a few questions. So what happens if a student is on, switches to another tab to ask a question about like a physics concept, and it comes back on after like a minute or two? Will that be counted? Uh, or and what if they go off and they do something unrelated for 1 to 2 minutes? Okay, hold up. So can you give me like from first principles, like a 3 sentence summary of what fix you're proposing? Also, like another issue is I don't see how we can determine whether there were focus or not in those 2 minutes without like the use of an LLM. So I think that might be out of scope. Okay, got it. How about this? Let's implement this. And on my local host, I'll go through a few lessons and I'll give you the account that I'm going through it so you can confirm and check timing. And I'll give you like, and what I'll do is I'll time it myself as well. And then maybe we can confirm my manual timing with what you got from the database. How does that sound? Also, like, just make sure, like, how does like review, like, I know we like repeat lessons with review, and also sometimes the user might go into view mode to like look at a lesson again. So like how like that won't like how is that going to be counted? I'm sure my gut is saying we have to still count the review mode stuff, but like if you go on like if you just review a lesson on view mode, then that should not be counted, right? Okay, you know what? I'm probably just going to cut it here. I think I think, yeah, I think this was a good session. If you liked it, I'll continue keeping this up as much as I can. And yeah, please follow, like, subscribe, and see you next time.